Hey guys, welcome back to Glitz and Glitter. Guess what? It's time for my new tablescape for the season. It is almost Valentine's Day, so you know I'm going to do my dining room table in Valentine's Day get up. So I need coasters this year. I never made them last year, so I am making them this year, and I'm going to use another sheet of scrap paper, but this time I have not done this in the past, and I don't know why I haven't done this in the past, but I'm doing it today. In fact, I already did. I have taken Mod Podge Matte Clear Acrylic Sealer, and I sprayed my paper front like 3 times. I sprayed the paper on the back, as you could see. I sprayed this like 2 or 3 times. I'm hoping, and the test will be the background, because I'm always pouring the background white so it doesn't change my paper. So I'm going to be pouring my background with red glitter. And we will see if that changes it, because in the past, my dark glitters have changed my paper. So I'm hoping all the sealing that I just did. So I'm going to make 4 of these today. I need 8, but I'm going to do 4 more another day and a different pattern. So these are the first 4. Now, my friend Karen Yanni, she's always sending me things. She sent me a 4-inch hole punch. This thing is amazing. It's super heavy duty. I'm not sure where she got it, so I cannot link this. So actually, we're going to use this today to punch out the paper. Hopefully my paper is dry enough to do this. I need 4 of them. Yep. Perfect circles. Beautiful. Just remember, on the last video, don't punch out your price tag, because it will show through your resin, which I've learned the hard way. And I did it on not only just 1, but on 2 of them. So I'm just going to punch out 4 holes. And these fit perfectly in the mold that I use. Now, the mold that I'm using, I have used countless times. And some more than, oops, that one didn't go all the way in. Oh goodness, I hope I have enough for 2 more. Make sure you get it all the way to the back of your hole punch. Gosh, I hope I have enough for 2 more. Because I'm talking, I'm not paying attention. So yeah, I've used my coaster molds countless times. A couple of them are not shiny. I don't think any of them are shiny anymore, but it's okay. I'm going to keep using them. And I can just put a clear coat on the back if I want to. So there we go. 4 hole punches. No more tracing for me. Thank God. Thank you, Karen. I love that thing, and I will be using it a lot. So here's my coaster molds. And these fit right inside perfectly. Perfectly, perfectly. So what I always do for this technique is I mix up 4 ounces of resin, 1 ounce for each coaster mold. And generally, you know, I like to paint these with like metallic mica powders, and they come out beautiful on the back. So if you want a metallic, do that. I don't have a metallic red. I do want glitter. I want a mixture. This one is a medium cut. This one is called Santa. It's a medium cut red, perfect for Valentine's Day or Christmas. And this is the red wine that goes perfectly with it. This is my fine cut. So I'm going to do a combination of both of them. So I'm going to mix up 4 ounces of resin of my fast cure resin, because I want it to cure fast. And plus I have to leave in a couple hours. So once that gets tacky, that's when I'm going to lay these papers down inside of it. And I generally never get any bubbles when I do it when it's tacky. You don't need any Mod Podge or anything like that. And then you're just going to pour the clear right over that. So let me get that mixed. I'll be right back. I forgot I wanted to show you. Estoyo asked me if I would try out their resin mixer. And this is what came in the mail. I was really surprised to see the stand and the little catch tray. So when it's dripping, it can drip right into this catch tray. And this one, I have one of their other ones from a kit, and it takes batteries. So I was so happy to see that this one is rechargeable, because I don't like buying batteries all the time. So it came with 4 little turners the catch tray, which is made of silicone, and then this stand. So I'm going to use this and see how well it mixes up the resin today. So it's got a reverse and a forward. So I'm just going to time myself for about 3 to 5 minutes. And I know you're supposed to keep it under. If you keep it under, there are not many bubbles at all. And this is my thick resin that I get a ton of bubbles. And it's very quiet. So yeah, this is a really nice little deal they got going on. There is a coupon code if you want to, you know, treat yourself to a new mixer this year. You could do, I'm not going to go backwards only because I just learned if you go one way, you get a lot less bubbles, and this thing is barely making any bubbles. So yeah, check this out. I'm super happy with this thing, and I'm glad I don't have to waste a cup when I get it to drip. It'll just drip right into that little tray, and then you can peel it out and discard it or use it for a filler if you want to. So check out the description box. It's in there, and you can save, I think, 10% coupon on there. Time to mix in the goodies. So I'm just going to dump a nice amount of each glitter in here. Even though the glitter is going to sink, it just does that, especially the chunky ones. The fine, not so much, but the chunky will sink. Unless you Let's Resin says if you heat their resin to 40 to 50 degrees Celsius, that they claim that the glitter won't sink. I have not tried that yet. I keep saying I'm going to do it, and I haven't done it. I'm not patient enough for 40 to 50 degrees. So this is nice and thick with glitter. So I'm just going to put these molds here. I've got a little tiny cup over here that's about 1 ounce. So just to get them about even, I do fill up that little cup in order to do those. So let me just zoom out for you. I've got my little mixer over there dripping. And I did do it on backwards because I realized it didn't matter with this because I'm putting glitter in, so the bubbles didn't make no difference. So it did work fine, no problem. Same as forward, just backwards. So I'm just going to fill the cup up 4 times and dump it in here. Get my, well, I don't think I'm going to use my heat mat because I don't want to miss my window. You could literally go from tacky to cured in less than a minute once you get to that stage. And I don't want to miss my window to get this on while it's tacky. Excuse me. Let me just, I gotta move these because it was not level right there. Make sure you're working on a level surface. My countertops are level. It's just sometimes these mats, they get a little wonky after being heated so many times that I have to just watch the levelness of the mat itself. So just get your resin in. I fill them about halfway. If you have a thicker mold and you want to go thicker than the 1 ounce in each one, then by all means, go as thick as you want. I just want to be able to cover my paper with the exact same amount of resin or more than I have on the bottom. I think they hold about 2.5 ounces per mold. I'm not sure, somewhere right around there. So I do dome them so I don't have to, you know, trim the edges as much. So I do, on the next pour, I'm probably going to mix up 5 to 6 ounces, and we'll see how much we use. See right here, this is not sitting level anymore, so I'm actually going to take this off of my heat mat since I'm not going to use it because I don't want these to be unlevel. So let me move this stuff out of the way, and I will use the rest of my glitter mixture. There we go. Sorry, I don't know if you could see as well. I have such a messy silicone mat under this. I just can't get it clean anymore. There's too many little bits and pieces. So those are about half full. I'm just going to take this little bit left that I have and drizzle it in. I don't want too much. I'll use it for something else before I fill these up, but I'm almost done with my hand mold. Maybe I'll put the rest of this in the hand mold and then get that thing cured and given away to one of you. So not that it matters, but because it's just habit, I spray with alcohol, 99% alcohol, pop any bubbles, and I will come back as soon as it's tacky to lay down this paper, and hopefully it's not going to soak anything in. We'll see. While I wait for these, I just wanted to show you, I just am cleaning this. I'm not just going to let it sit there and cure. And this is really easy. Your fingers actually fit between each one of these. So I have some alcohol on this little paper towel. And I just clean this whole thing off in like a minute. So that's pretty good. But I guess if you let it cure, it would probably peel right off the plastic. But I don't want to pick it all off. So I'm just rather use some alcohol. I will pick it off that little silicone plate though. I'm just going to let that cure over there. And one last thing I'm going to do real quick is take a dotting tool, take a toothpick, whatever you have that's pointy, and I'm just going to go all the way around the edge because that's usually where I end up with bubbles on something like this, especially if I can't see that edge because there's not clear in here, and I don't really want bubbles because if you do a bottom coat, because I might have to do a bottom coat to make this glitter shiny again, then you don't want any bubbles on your edges because your bottom coat or your top coat, wherever it is, will just drain right out of that bubble. So just take a tool, sharp, and just go along that edge. And hopefully we'll find out if I got them all once we demold them. All right, I'm just checking with my dotting tool the tackiness, and when you touch it and it pulls up a string, that means they're ready. So I'm just going to grab my little papers and start placing them in one at a time very carefully because you get like one chance. And then I just kind of push them down all over the paper. And repeat. This way no bubbles will come up later. So try to get like your paper to touch in all areas. Otherwise, you will definitely have to babysit the next layer. Now, I'm not going to do anything with these until they're fully cured. I'm definitely not going to be pouring over them right now, or it's just going to all kind of, the glitter will come up to the surface and you'll have all kinds of problems. So don't do anything until they're fully cured. I mean, I can put the heat mat on them now that the paper's in, but because I have to leave, it's really no big deal. So when I get back this evening, I will be pouring the top layer, and I'll probably be putting a little bit of sparkle in there. You know I have to sparkle everything up. All right, these are done for now, and I'll see you in a few hours. It has been about 6-7 hours, so these are completely dry. I went up ahead and mixed up 6 ounces of resin. This is my casting resin, so this is a little thinner than my 4-hour cure. And I used the little mixer again, and I'm actually going to let it drain in here because I'm going to put resin in there anyway, so why not drain it into my project is what I'm thinking. So as you can see, there's not that many bubbles. I went in one direction only. And that's all I did. But because this is my top coat, and there are some bubbles, obviously, there's going to be some bubbles, but a lot less than it would be if I would have done it by hand. I am going to throw this through my bubble remover just because I don't want any bubbles in there. And then I decided I'm going to put my Ballroom Dance Fine Glitter, which is like a holographic silvery glitter. Barely any, just enough for some sparkle. So let me throw this in the machine and I'll be right back. I am ready. So I split my 6 ounces into 2 cups, 3 ounces each, and I put them both in the resiners machine at the same time because that machine does its best job, 3 ounces and under, which kind of stinks, but you know, it is what it is. So I split it, they both fit in. I ran it for 5 minutes and it's very, very clear. I'm going to put in just a tiny little bit of this sparkle in each one. Not very much. I don't want it to overtake the roses. I just want enough to see it. I think I need a little more in that one. I kind of want them equal, but I don't want to overdo it because I have overdone sparkle before, and then I have to wipe it out and start all over. So hopefully that's enough now. And just mix it in nicely and basically pour it on until it's domed, which basically means right over the lip of it, and then watch them. I don't feel any air pockets underneath any of these, but I could be wrong. I don't know. And I'm just gonna put like a tiny, tiny bit more glitter in. Now I don't want to stir like crazy and incorporate all the bubbles I just took out, so be careful if you put glitter in. There's one piece bigger than the rest. There it is. And a little tiny, tiny bit in this one. And being that it's like 11:30 at night, I am not going to put this on any kind of heating mechanism, curing machine, or heat mat. I'm just going to let it do its thing until tomorrow. And we will see if my paper changes color. I don't think it's going to. I think sealing it did the trick, to be honest with you, because the glitter did not change the color of the red roses. I'm just now noticing my roses are still red. Oh, these are domed a little too high. Be careful. You should really do this from eye level, which I'm not. If you overdome them, they're going to overflow. So just be careful how much you put in there. So this was 6 ounces. I did 4 ounces earlier. Let's see how much I have left, and we'll see how much these actually hold. Probably a tad too much glitter, but it's not bad enough that I feel like I have to take it out. Actually, I used all of it. This one is domed too high, and the other one not enough. But I used basically all 6 ounces. So 10 ounces for 4 coasters for this mold. I will link the mold in the description page if you're interested in it, along with everything else I put in there. Actually, this one can take the rest of it, I think. That was perfect amount. Absolutely perfect. I do not have anything left. And they all look great from the side. Awesome, guys, awesome. I don't usually mix that perfectly without measuring first. Okay, I will see you tomorrow. I'm excited to demold these. All right, time to wrap this one up. They are done. It's the next morning. I'm just going to unmold them. They are domed perfectly. There is no sharp edges on this one anyway. And it looks like sealing. All the glitter dropped like I thought. I don't see any much of the fine glitter though, because the medium glitter was heavier. So next time I know not even to bother mixing fine in. There's the side. And there's the top. I like the glitter on the top. I probably could have put less in, but it's not that bad. So definitely use some sealer of your choice. Then your paper will not discolor. I can't believe I didn't think of that a long time ago. I've done so many with paper or napkins. Now napkins I'm not sure about because I don't know how you would seal a napkin. So they're all going to be the same. I think I'm going to edge them with gold. I couldn't do it on the mold this time because of the glitter on the back. And actually, even with these dull, well, I guess they're not dull, but I don't have to do anything to them. I don't have to top coat them. I don't have to bottom coat them. Everything is nice and shiny. Nothing is sharp. So I'm just going to take my chrome marker in gold. I'm just going to go around these edges. And people ask me all the time, doesn't it wear off? Yeah, it's going to wear off if you use it. I don't use these. They go on my dining room table. They just go for the tablescape. So I'm not too worried about the gold mark. But if you're using them on a daily basis, yeah, they're gonna come off. Just either re-put it on or seal it in somehow. I'm just going to go around my edge. That way you cover up the little seam here of 2 layers. And then I'll go around the top as well. So I will not be able to give you a picture of the tablescape yet because my other 4 are not done. So tune into the next one when you see me doing the other 4. And I will get a picture of the new tablescape at the end of that video because it's not ready yet. I can't do it. Other than that, I see a little edge over here I overpoured. I can trim that off. But I'm not too worried. Like I said, we don't use them. It's just for looks in that room. So there are millions of choices of papers, especially at your hobby stores. And I'm just going to go, I'm not going to show you all 4 of them. It's just the same thing. I just kind of position the pen overlapping the side and the edge and go around, just a small little trim. Just go all the way around and let it completely dry before you touch it. This one takes a little longer than my other ones, but I like the color. This one comes in gold, copper, and silver, I think, in the kit. And I should have trimmed this first, but like I said, on the table, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up the 4 of these and stay tuned for a couple pictures, guys. Thanks for hopping in and checking out what I'm doing today. I hope you all have a blessed day and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.